And good afternoon, everybody. Welcome inside the Valley Health and Wellness Center here in Port Colborne. 17 down, 1 to go. The biggest game of the tournament. It's for gold. He's Noah Vogel. I'm Alec Murray with you on the call. We've been here all weekend long, and we are so excited to bring you this final. And if it's anything like the last matchup between these two teams, Noah, it's going to be a barn burner.
Well, it's everything we had hoped for. We wanted to see these two teams face off once more because neither of them could divide each other. That 1-1 round-robin finish, and it was on the back of Corbin Watson and net for Team Ontario. He really kept them in this game, and we've been looking forward to this game really all weekend because this gold medal game will decide the winner of this 2024 National Para Hockey Championship. And to be fair, these are the best two teams we've seen in Pool A, and Quebec looking so strong, have only conceded once, and it was to Team Ontario. Alexander Gravel in goal for Quebec has been outstanding, but matching him, Corbin Watson, has also been incredible. Both of these teams still undefeated, but someone's going to have to lose today.
We are going to go down to ice level momentarily. It's a battle for gold. Thank you so much for joining us, whether you're tuning in on CBC or whether you're tuning in through the Niagara College stream or the Para website. We're glad to have you along with us all the way in Quebec and all the way here home in Ontario. It doesn't get bigger. Ontario, Quebec for gold as we head to ice level.
And the city of Port Colborne. We now kindly ask fans to direct your attention towards center ice for our ceremonial puck drop. Fans, please welcome to the ice for the ceremonial puck drop the Member of Parliament for the riding of Niagara Centre, which includes the city of Port Colborne, Mr. Vance Badaway. Please keep the energy going for Algoma Central Corporation's VP of Strategy and Business Development, Mr. Wesley Newton. Over to you, Vance, for a few words. Thank you, Vance. We ask that Team Ontario Captain Aubrey Clements and Team Quebec Captain Patrick Denwaye please come to center ice for the ceremonial puck drop. As a thank you to MP Badaway and Algoma Corporation, we would like to present you with this framed poster from the event. Your support has made all of this possible. Presenting the poster from the 2024 National Para Hockey Championship Organization Committee, Tim Dooley and Mr. Greg White. Fans, at this time, we ask that you stand if you are able to and join us in the welcoming of Kristen Lee Gorman for the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love, in love's command, garde embrasse porte le père, il s'est porté là-bas, ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on
Let's get ready for the gold medal game between Team Quebec and Team Ontario.
As we are back and we're ready for gold. Noah Vogel alongside myself, Alec Murray. Thank you so much for joining us this past 4 days. We're down 17 and now the big one. Game 18 of the tournament, the final one. The best two teams in this tournament both remain undefeated. We got to find a winner somehow, and one of these teams is going to have to take a loss in the loss column here for gold. The hometown, the home province, Team Ontario on home soil here in Port Colborne, getting set to take on Team Quebec. Both of these teams, they're built very similar, Noah, when you look at the way that they roll, and it all starts with goaltending. Both excellent goaltenders in net. Alexandre Gravel for Team Quebec. Again, he's only given up one goal. That was to Team Ontario when they tied back in the round robin 1-1. For Team Ontario, Corbin Watson has been out of this world. And we are just about set. Clements off the faceoff as we're underway here in this gold medal game. Quebec right into the zone right away. Martin going to take off the puck, and Tim Morello will fire it up at center. For Team Ontario, it's how are they going to generate chances and offense? And it's Team Quebec, really, Noah, how are they going to beat Corbin Watson?
Well, it took them a very, very long time and a lot of shots on Watson to figure him out in that round robin game. For Team Ontario, they only had 7 total shots in that game, scoring that one goal very, very late to tie it. It's going to be up to Team Ontario whether they're going to be able to create chances in on Gravel and, you know, put some pressure offensively, because they were back hemmed in their zone for most of that game. And I expect Quebec to continue that momentum into this one.
So both teams, again, undefeated. As off the face-off, that's Sean Burnett after it. Could not get to it. It's going to come to the far side. Tamarello at center. Sivonier back on him. He'll wipe him out into the boards as Tamarello able to hold on to it. Team Ontario has the skill to get it on goal as that one is picked off. Clement, she's been one of the best players in this tournament. Big-time goal scorer as well for Team Ontario, as there's a big collision in the end boards, and it'll be picked up and out of the zone by Team Quebec. Welcome, viewers, if you're watching from Quebec and wherever you may be tuned in from here in this gold medal match of the 2024 National Para Hockey Championships. It'll be picked up. There's Dag, a shot, and that one just wide, and Dag has been excellent all tournament long for Team Quebec.
5 goals already in the tournament. Another chance early in on Corbin Watson, but unable to really get a good shot off. Fanned on it a little bit and just wide. And you talked about Clements, who's there over on the far side, who just got stripped of the puck. She's been big time for Team Ontario. When they needed a goal, she's been there.
Centering pass off a sled, and it'll be flipped out by Tamarello down the ice. Something for Team Ontario, and I'm sure they talked about this as a unit. They have to get off to a better start, because that last game, I think everybody would agree when we say Team Ontario did not deserve to win that game. They didn't deserve to even tie that game. And just Watson, I think he faced over 30 shots is what we said in the score sheet, and he only was one by him. And Watson just outstanding in that game over Quebec, and a late goal from Clements. Noah was able to tie it up at one apiece, and that's where we ended regulation. We didn't play overtime or shootout in the round robin, so it ended in a 1-1 tie. But for Team Ontario, they have to generate more offense. They have to find more options, and they got to get off to a better start.
Yeah, if it wasn't for Corbin Watson, they would have been nowhere near in that game, as Quebec was peppering them early on in that one, and we're just the way better team, more comfortable. They had a couple of good opportunities on the power play off some bad discipline plays from Team Ontario that gave them chances on the player advantage, and we know how good that Quebec power play can be, so it's going to be up to Team Ontario, like you said, to be better offensively, get a better start, but also stay disciplined in this gold medal game.
Up on that far side, Martin trying to force that out of the zone. Touzion on him, and it'll be back up at center. Sivonier missed that puck as it's to the near side, topping on it. He'll find Floyd up for Harrington, who lost his stick, but he's still going after it down in that corner amongst a couple. Burnett lines back for it. He'll play it off. Gregoire on the far side boards. Look out, had a hit coming in. He gets it up at center, though. Here's Houle. Houle, Touzion streaking in on the near wing. That shot, and able to get back Calvert in time. It'll roll on goal, and it will be covered by Corbin Watson with Touzion right there in front of him.
Well, this line for Quebec has been dangerous all weekend long, and Rendell Houle, who had a chance streaking down into the Team Ontario zone, was able to get that puck to Touzion, who had a little bit of breathing room until Calvert got across for Team Ontario, made a big check to knock her off stride, and Corbin Watson was there as it dribbled in on goal. But so far, no shots yet for Team Ontario, and a great start for Quebec.
And talking as well as we just saw Touzion skate off, talking about some, of the best female players on each team as well. And these aren't just girls who are, good with, other females. They're excellent playing alongside males here in this tournament. And these two women have been just nothing short of spectacular for both of their respected sides. You look at Touzion for Quebec. She is outstanding as here's O'Clair, a drive, Watson the save. On the other end, we mentioned her already, Aubrey Clements. These two ladies have been absolutely exceptional all tournament long, and they're both big pieces. They anchor up on that top line, and they're both massive pieces to their respective provinces.
Well, when we talked to the Team Canada head coach a few days ago, a chance in front.
Side of the goal! Oh, wow! How did that stay out? We're going to have to get another look at that. Oh, my goodness, Noah. I don't know if Watson got back, but that was a wide open cage. Let's look. L'Olivier had it on the near side. Beautiful pass across. Oh, my goodness. Corbin Watson. It's just, we're running out of words to describe this man in net for Team Ontario.
O'Clair had pretty much the entire net to shoot at, but Corbin Watson, take a bow, the acrobatics to get the stick down and make that stop, incredible. And somehow this game is still scoreless.
Well, we've seen incredible save after incredible save from Corbin Watson, and he, again, the reason they're here is because in that shootout, he made one of the best saves. I keep saying the best saves in the tournament. He's probably got 3 of the 4, or 4 of the 5, however you want to split it down. But right on their best player of BC, coming in as Pellizzari had, the game on his stick for Team BC in that shootout. With Ontario up 1-0, he needed a score, and it looked like he had Watson beat. So let's take another look at that one, and that's incredible from the Ontario net minder. And he was able to rob Pellizzari, diving to the near side of his post to keep it out with his blocker, and then now that save, and we stay scoreless here with 5 gone in this gold medal match. There's a shot from the point. That one will not get through. Up in the high slot, Clements. Big open ice hit. Bouquet got her good, and it'll be down the ice. Does that puck have enough on it for icing? No, as hard into the end boards is Tamarello. Another big hit down low, and Bouquet getting his licks in here early. Couple of big open ice hits for the Quebec defender. Down in behind the goal. Swafford, good to see him back in the lineup for Team Ontario, and that's when he's had some injuries throughout this tournament. Noah in and out, but he's back on the ice for Team O, and they're a better team with him on.
Yeah, so much speed. As you see him here picking up through the neutral zone, just such a prolific forward for Team Ontario.
Swafford a good chance, but he's turned back through center. Nice little move by Baggs. He was the hero in the shootout for Team O. Only one able to beat Mitchell Garrett. And here's Touzion with her speed. Touzion, Gregoire, there's a shot right on, Watson down, and he will cover.
Well, and talking too about Gavin Baggs, you talked about he was the hero, Alec, and he's also just been so sturdy in the back for Team Ontario. The amount of chances he saved coming back in the back check, and he's been incredible for Team Ontario in the back end, and a reason why, as well as Corbin Watson, they've been so good defensively in this tournament.
Played up on the far side, race for it now. And Burnett just with that really good speed, able to get back in time for Quebec. Now Team O's got to get onside. They'll loft it in and vacate the zone. Out and back in now for Team Ontario. Up, out at center. That puck will loft to the far boards. Hole after it as Baggs back for Team O. Cool. Could not get to that puck, and Quebec now will have to wait to get onside as they'll dump it into the zone, back out and in, and that'll give Team Ontario time down in their own end as we're still looking for our first one, and goals maybe, you know, hard to come by in this final as it's played up to Zion. Back along the near side boards in the Team Ontario zone, played up at center. Loft that puck in as Topping, and Team O gets changes. Burnett back for Team Quebec. Missed Uhl on the far side, has Gregoire. To the point. Martin, near side Martin, and that shot whistled wide as it comes off the end boards back up top. Martin back at the point. Trying to feed that puck down in. Pollock down in after it. And it'll be picked up by Uhl. Dishing it out in front of his own goal, and Gravel slick play as he'll clear the zone himself. Touzion. We're going to get that puck out of the zone, and it'll come right to Gregoire on the near side. He's got Uhl with him as they'll fire it down to the Team O zone. Martin will glide back for Team O. Uhl gets a clip on Martin, who's got that puck on the far side boards. 6:40 to go here, first period of this gold medal match between the two undefeated teams, Team O and Team Quebec. Here it comes up into the slot. L'Olivier could not make a move, and it'll be lofted out at center. On a change, Auclair working down in. Calvert sticking right with him. Auclair centering pass. We got a penalty coming, and it's going to be on Team Ontario. Calvert got a hold of Auclair on the near side.
Quebec going to try and get this extra attacker. 6-on-5 now with the delayed call.
Here they come into the zone. L'Olivier into the slot, a shot block. Rebounds and wide. Team O still hasn't been able to touch it. Auclair works up far dot. Into the slot. Auclair fires. Save is made. And Corbin Watson will cover, and that will ice it. And Team Ontario is going to go to the PK. It's going to be a holding call on Calvert.
Well, it's the same story as that preliminary round match between these two teams. Team Ontario has yet to have a clean look on goal, and Quebec has just been all over them. And there, Auclair was able to get past Calvert, but reaching back, holding him, will draw the penalty. And we talked about the power play for Quebec. They've been very, very strong all weekend. Their puck movement just spectacular, and just so poised on the player advantage and the look to get one early in this game.
So Quebec to the power play here, first of the afternoon for anybody. There's Auclair, a drive, blocked out front by Tamburello. Back up top, Burnett, in, near side of the goal. There's a tight angle shot right on it. Watson once again says no.
Well, one-on-one with the Quebec captain, Denoyer, and Watson did a great job sliding across to just close down that angle as Burnett plays a nice pass down low. Watson, another big save to start off this power play for Quebec.
Desollier and Clements on the face-off. One back, Burnett looking out front, deflected. Ooh, trying to bat it out of the air, but it's going to be a high stick nonetheless. It would not have mattered, and that'll bring the face-off outside into the neutral zone with a minute 30 to go on the man advantage for Quebec.
Well, and a great job by Bags, once again able to get across and just deflect that one as Poole was wide open on the back door. But off the deflection, got a stick up too high for the high sticking violation. It'll pull the face-off into the neutral zone just outside of the Team Ontario blue line.
So now Quebec will have to reset. Burnett plays it off the boards, but Tamburello will pick it up and loft it down into the near side corner. Auclair back for it for Quebec. Burnett missed it. It'll be Martin back in his own zone. He'll fire it around below the goal line. Clements, after it down in the corner, gets locked up down low with Auclair. Auclair able to get it up for Uhl on the far side boards. Uhl into the high slot, still has the puck on his stick. Uhl works in near side, centering pass out front, and unable to get a stick on it is the captain, Patrick Desaulniers, and it's cleared down the ice with 40 ticks to go. Quebec putting together a good power play here, but unable to beat Corbin Watson yet. Up at center, Desaulniers works it for Auclair. Near side, Burnett into the zone on side. Burnett, drop pass. Desaulniers, ice opens up for him. And a shot blocked by Clements. And that puck will be bounced out of the zone, and that'll do it for the power play as getting set to hop out of the box. And back onto the ice is Calvert. 3:40 to go here in the first. Scoreless, Quebec, Ontario.
I thought Team Ontario did a solid job on that penalty kill. They closed up the middle of the ice and did not let Quebec get any good looks down Main Street in on Corbin Watson and kept them really to the outside, and a good penalty kill. Maybe can build some momentum now, trying to still get that first look on goal for Team Ontario.
Sevigny back for it. He'll loft that puck down the ice, but right there to pick it up, Martin. He'll play it off the boards and out at center. Little chip pass, Dag in after it for Quebec. He's dangerous. Dag plays it off, but turns it back over. And
penalty.
We got a penalty on the way, and Saudi down there in the corner looks to be in some pain. And Team Ontario is going to head right back to the PK as Floyd's going to be hauled off to the box. And with 3 to go here in the first period, it's yet another power play opportunity for Quebec. There it is. Oh yeah, got him good. And that's going to be a 2 for T Boning, and Quebec will have another chance of the man advantage.
Well, Team Ontario needed to stay disciplined in this game because we've seen already how dangerous Quebec can be on the power play. And I just feel like eventually it's going to end up hurting them if they continue to take penalties here. And some problems with some changes from Quebec. They'll figure that out, but now with 3 minutes left in this first period, it'll pretty much be run out on the player advantage for Quebec with another chance to take the lead.
Sevigny, they win the face-off. Hanrahan and blocker save Watson. Bounces back up top. Tamarello after it. Could be a break for Team O here, but they get it out at center. It'll be turned back in the near side. Olivier. Messaoudi, on the near side for Dag. Dag drops it back, rolling. Pog just gets out at center. Burnett, long strides back for it. At the center ice logo, and Burnett will loft it down low. All the way around into the near side. It's Dag after it in the corner. Calvert meets him. Messaoudi. Swafford couldn't get to it. Good control down low. Dag in the far corner. Jonathan Dag back to the point. Hanrahan trying to let that one fly. Fanned on it, and it'll be cleared down the ice by Calvert.
Strong play, Tamarello stopping that rush for Quebec.
Big hit. Tamarello to the ice hard. Good PK thus far. 30 seconds just remaining on the power play for Quebec. Haven't generated much opportunities on this power play as Team Ontario's locked it down nicely. There's Dag on the near side, ran in by Jumping. Tamarello locked in there as well for Team O. Touzillon. L'Olivier left it behind. And we got a whistle. I believe it's going to be offside into the Team O zone. So the faceoff with 19 seconds coming out. As we take a look at the head official here this afternoon, referee Mark Blackmore, and he came to us earlier, Noah, and he said, my wife and daughter are at home watching, and I'd like to give a shout out on the air. So hello, Heather, his wife and daughter, McCath, tuned in from home. Mark Blackmore, and this is a great opportunity for us too to give a shout out to all the officials and linesmen here this weekend. It's been excellently officiated hockey this weekend.
Yeah, they don't get enough credit for the work they put in.
Wow! Touzillon! Corbin Watson flashes the leather and says, absolutely not. And Touzillon looking to the rafters. Not much more she could have done. Watson, beautiful save for Team O, and he keeps it scoreless.
Well, really the first chance on this power play for Quebec. Team Ontario's done a great job on the kill, and they will finish that one off as Ryan Floyd's going to step back onto the ice. But really, Team Ontario did a great job of not letting Quebec get a good zone entry on that player advantage. And with 50 seconds left, still a chance for either team, but it's going to be offside.
But yeah, to finish your point, the officials and linesmen don't really get enough credit that they do deserve because, again, it's so hard to find officials nowadays. This group of gentlemen and women who have officiated here, as we take another look at that Watson save, absolutely outstanding. They've all been excellent here this weekend from Thursday on.
Well, and some of the tight-knit calls they've had to make that could have decided games. A couple of them that we talked about could have been, game changers. That one from Clements, a couple people thought she used her glove, but the officials were right there to watch that puck, and they got it absolutely right. And really no complaints from us up here, and I'm sure for everyone down there, the officials have been excellent all weekend. And just another part of why this has been such a great tournament for everyone here who's been volunteering, and of course the people down on the ice. It's been just a great weekend here in Port Colborne.
Absolutely, and well said, as we're going to face off with 33 ticks to go in the first period down inside the Quebec zone. Harrington on the face-off. Bouncing puck up top, lunging out to play that aside is Gravel. Timo able to hold his own. There's a shot coming through. That one whistled just wide of the net. Back onto the near side, puck laying loose on the near hash mark. Up top, here's coming. A shot is blocked out front by Savillon. 4 seconds to go. And that will come out of the zone. Banks back for it, and that will run us out of time here in period number 1. Well, almost an identical start to this one as we had yesterday. Team Ontario, Team Quebec scoreless after the first frame, and just an excellent battle. But once again, we talk about it, kind of the same start as we had a couple of days ago, Noah. Quebec with more of the chances, more of the offensive zone opportunities, more time in the O-zone. But again, Corbin Watson, absolutely spectacular, and he made about 3 grade A saves down in that period.
Yeah, he's been incredible, and I also think Team Ontario have just struggled to stay out of the box, and they're giving Quebec too much opportunity on the player advantage, which eventually could end up coming back to bite them. But for now, they stayed at 0-0. Not a bad position to be in. They haven't really created a lot offensively compared to Quebec, but we'll see how they come out for the second period.
Absolutely. So after the first period here in the gold medal game of the 2024 National Para Hockey Championships, we are scoreless. Goals are going to be hard to come by. We already know that. Corbin Watson's got his stamp all over this hockey game already. We got 2 more periods, maybe more to go. We have to have a winner. We're tied 0-0 after the first period. Noah Vogel, myself, Alec Murray, we'll take a break. We'll step aside, and we will be back for period 2 here in Port Colborne.
Inside the Simply Financial Athletic Center.
And welcome back inside the Valley Health and Wellness Center here for this gold medal match. Team Quebec, Team Ontario. Shocker of all shockers, we're tied at 0 after the first period. Noah Vogel, I'm Alec Murray, as we are just about set for period number 2. But first, let's take a look back at some of those plays from the first period. And Corbin Watson was otherworldly, and again, he's the reason this game is scoreless after the first.
Yeah, he was tested real early on in this game. Quebec were excellent in that first period, and that chance, I can't believe that puck stayed out.
It's ridiculous that he made that
What
save.
an athletic play from Corbin Watson in goal, and we saw near the end of that period some trouble for Team Ontario staying out of the penalty box. We're getting physical, and Quebec went on 2 power plays where they came up empty but created a lot of good chances. You saw that T-boning call on Ryan Floyd. But really, it's been all Quebec in this first period. Team Ontario has struggled to find anything offensively, and it was the same story in that preliminary game yesterday, but that man is keeping this game scoreless as we get set for the second period of this gold medal match.
Alexander Gravel wasn't really tested that much in the first period. Again, Team Ontario just can't figure out how to generate offense in the zone, and we'll see. Again, it just takes one jump, right? And we talked about it last time these two teams played. One goal might be realistically all either team needs. As we are underway here in period number 2, thanks for joining along for this final game and this 2024 Para Hockey Championships in Port Colborne, Quebec. Right off the way, Claire trying to get to the net, and Watson able to get a piece of it down into the near side corner. Make sure to stay tuned after the game. We'll have all the medal ceremonies coming up right at the conclusion of this one. And we might be here till 7 o'clock, realistically, with the way these two teams play, because, like I said earlier, we can't end it as high. We have to have a winner here in this hockey game, as it's played up to the near side. Sevigny lost it. Swafford, maybe a jump. He's got a lot of speed. Here goes Swafford up at center and turned back. Burnett nice and easily back to pick that puck up for Quebec, and they're right back into the zone. Olivier near circle back out front looking for a tip. Claire just missed it. Bisognier run into by Martin as he's got it down low for Team Ontario around to the near side boards. Sevigny back up at center. Here goes Swafford again. Swafford drops it. Tamburello, this is the line for Ontario if they're going to get something going. Quebec will start out of their own zone as Burnett sees a gap. He'll get across center and fire that puck in deep. Poole on it for Quebec. Poole, nice move out front, centering pass just off the stick of Touzion, back near side. Greg Watt couldn't get a shot. There's another one fought up by Watson. And that's going to bump the net off in behind the play. Well, Corbin Watson tested early in the second period once again, and he's able to fight that off with a shoulder.
Well, lots of time and space for Gregoire in front of the Team Ontario net. He had a pair of goals in that semifinal game against Alberta, looking to add to the tally there, but shut down in front as that loose puck just came off Swafford's sled and perfectly set up for Gregoire in front in this high slot. And Corbin Watson, like we've continued to say all weekend, another huge stop as Quebec putting on the pressure early in this second period, holding that momentum.
Here goes Topping, maybe with a break, but he's sandwiched in between Poole and Hanrahan. And it's back out at center ice. Bangs will spin through the neutral zone, plays it off the near board, still has it. Stopa comes in to help out. And Touzion back in her own zone. Floyd on her as she'll throw that rink wide. Calvert back for it, icing's waved off. Hanrahan and Stopa stride for stride, but it's going to be icing on Team Ontario here. Just underway if you're joining us. Second period of this gold medal game International Para Hockey Championships, Team O and Team Quebec, two undefeated teams coming in the round-robin matchup. They tied 1-1. Face off, back to the point. Sevigny into the slot, and Leliviere knocked off stride. Turned back by Team Ontario. They got three up at center. Topping. Couldn't see that puck coming in behind from Floyd. Quebec. And Burnett will work it out of the zone. Far side pass picked off by Martin. Got to be careful as St. Amal was right on his tail. Martin in behind the goal. Can't clear that puck out. Topping forward on the near side. Turned over. Here's Jonathan Dagg out front. Tip just wide. He had St. Amal to the far post and he couldn't bury it.
Well, Corbin Watson read that pass. He tried to get his stick out and block the back door as St. Amand was all alone in behind Corbin Watson. It just slipped right under his stick in what was an excellent opportunity for Quebec to get on the board here with 11:14 left in the second period. The thing about Jonathan Dagg, as much as he's been a prolific goal scorer, he's also able to set up his teammates as he can bring in so much of the defense and just draw them in and find open players.
Another shot on goal through traffic. Watson will cover. One of the best defensemen in the tournament, Sean Burnett, on your screen. Plays a lot of minutes, soaks a lot of pucks. Sees the ice so well as he'll skate in near side. Dagg just out of his reach. Just as we're talking about how he sees the ice so well. Savignon out front, bouncing puck. Watson gets across. Here's Dagg. Trying to throw it back out front up the side of the goal. Watson back to the near side. Quebec once again threatening. Burnett near hash mark. Nice move to the middle of the ice, but it'll be turned away by Verburn. Ontario once again weathering the storm here against Quebec. Going back down in. Watson will leave it at the side of his net. Long stretch pass on the far side. Harrington will curl back for it, trying to drop it off, and Pollock couldn't get to it. And back up at center come Quebec. Leliviere still has the puck, slides it across. Watson tracking, it's back to the point. Burnett with it, slings it. Bouquet, and so throw it back out front. Leliviere could not get to it. Now he's got it on the far hash. Leliviere around to the near side as he's wiped out by Martin in behind the net. Under 10 to go now here in the second period. We're still scoreless. Team O, Team Quebec. Only one can take home a gold medal here this afternoon. Auclair, centering pass through everybody and back to the point. Extended offensive zone possession here for Quebec. Desaulniers works around on the far boards. He'll pass it far side, trying to get in, and that'll be disturbed by Martin on the far boards. Martin, a good tie-up with Leliviere. Burnett, he'll let one fly, gloved down by Watson, who hangs on. And if we go back to yesterday in the semifinal games, Noah, it was Team Ontario barely getting by Team BC. And again, a goaltending battle for the ages between those excellent goaltenders in Corbin Watson and Mitchell Garrett. Had to go the distance all the way to a shootout. Only one goal was scored in the shootout. And Team Ontario squeaked by 1-0. That advanced them, and Quebec really showed their dominance with an 8-0 win over Alberta to advance to this final game here Tamorello tied up on that far board. It'll be Lelivier down low. Lelivier looked like he tried to roll that puck up on his stick. Bouquet shot blocked. That puck loose out front. Corbin Watson once again able to find that puck before anybody else, and he will cover.
This line once again for Quebec just creating problems for Team Ontario. They're able to move the puck so well. As you see them pick it up in behind the goal line. Bouquet coming in from the point, trying to get that one in on goal. Calvert got across, so good defensive play from number 7 on Team Ontario. But like you said, just weathering the storm right now. Have not been in the end of Quebec and Alexander Gravel very much in this second period.
Tipped out front. Greg Watt turned aside by Watson once again. Burnett trying to throw it out front, knocked down Tamorello. And he's had enough, and he'll loft it down the ice. Not enough for icing. Up to the far side, Burnett after it. I don't think he's taken a shift off yet in this hockey game. Turnover, here's Timo rolling one on goal, and Gravel gets some action, and he will cover.
Yeah, Burnett's been out there for a while for Quebec in this second period, and we talked about him before. He does not get enough credit for the amount he does for this team, and we talk about the excellence of Alexander Gravel and how he's only conceded 1 goal in this tournament, but you have to give credit to the defense, specifically in Sean Burnett, and how he's able to keep that puck from getting in front to his goaltender. And Team Ontario hasn't even had a shot in this period. That puck just then was the only time it really got close to Gravel.
Banks has to hurry. Gregoire on him as they collide on the far side circle. Houle. Everybody changes except for Burnett. Houle has it. Nifty move. Hash mark. Cinnamon could not get to it. Still trapped down in the Timo zone as Calvert hit in hard to the near side boards. It's just a swarm for Team Quebec, and that'll be sent down the ice. Swafford is saving back for it. Houle will pick it up for Team Quebec. 6:50 to go. Turnover. Swafford under his stick. Back to the point. They'll sling it near side. Calvert misread. Burnett takes a hard hit on the near side boards. Back across to the far side. Bags has it at center. Gets run into by Touzion. And we're going to get a whistle as that puck will be covered at the side of the goal by Alexandre Gravel.
Great effort by Tamborello, the Team Ontario captain, on that far side to break through a couple of checks and get that puck in on goal, as he was able to fight off Houle and Sevigny, who bumped him hard in the far corner.
So the faceoff will come down inside the Quebec zone. One back by Team Ontario. Near side, Martin trying to get a shot off, leaking back out front of the goal. It'll be picked up by Quebec, and they'll feed it out at center. Martin able to corral it at the logo. He'll fire it down into the zone. Still scoreless here with 6 to go. Hanrahan below the goal line, up on the far side. Loose puck comes. Martin can't get to it. Out at center. Tamorello fires it back in. Ontario got to get onside, and they do. That one sent wide of Gravel. As it'll be played up, there's Dag after it. He'll chip it down into the Ontario zone. Martin will get there first for Timo. He'll wire it around to the boards. Rolling puck will come out at center. Dag will work his way back for it. Clements right on him, almost created a turnover, but Quebec will hold it in. Bouquet wires it around in behind the goal. Martin after it. Big hit on the far side boards as Tamarello got all of Messaoudi. Messaoudi trying to take that puck free, and it's Clements digging for it. She'll work it free up top, and Team Ontario will bounce it out at center. Through center, Bouquet whips one on goal. It'll be Watson gloving it down, and a couple Quebec players out front. He will opt to hang on here in the second period, and we still sit scoreless in this hockey game. Going back to regulation and overtime, if you exclude the shootout and the winner, or don't exclude the shootout. If you take away that other game, these two teams know only one goal apiece in almost 5 periods of play. It's getting BC and Team Quebec mixed up. But again, how insane is that? You play almost 5 periods of full hockey, and each team has 1 goal.
Well, it just goes to show the incredible defense that either of these teams have, and when they faced each other, it was quite the low-scoring affair, as they would only finish 1-1 in that round-robin game. But also just their offense has, against each other, has just not picked up as they have against other opponents. I mean, Quebec has been peppering Watson. They just haven't been able to figure him out so far in this game. Another big collision on the near side.
Heard that one all the way up here in the booth as Burnett once again out with it for Quebec. Far side, Desaulniers works into the zone. They're onside. Olivier knocked off stride. Good defensive play by Calvert coming back. Burnett, far side boards. Into the slot. Swafford coming back to intercept that. Swafford will fire it around the boards. Not out of the zone yet. Still held in by Quebec. Ooh, trying to knock it down. Gets to the crossbar side. They lift. Garrett drive. Blocker save made by Watson. Point blank out front. And as that one whistled wide to the far side. Still in a battle for it in the corner. Team Ontario trying to clear their zone. Again, this period's been a lot like the rest when these two teams have played. It's been dominated by Quebec, but we remain scoreless. Ooh, holds it in. Touzillon drops it off. Bouquet out front, and that one never got to Watson. Looking for the tip out front of the goal. He'll be banged high off the glass and out at center. Ooh. Stripped to the puck as Tamarello coming back in the defensive zone. And that's going to be offside Quebec with 1:45 to go here in period 2. Gold medal game, you're tuned in here in Port Colborne. The Valley Health and Wellness Center, the 2024 National Para Hockey Championships. We're at the pinnacle of it. Quebec and Ontario. Face-off will be tied up at center. Floyd in hand into the far side boards. Tied up after it. Squirt that puck free. It'll be picked up out of the zone, and Martin will play it off the near boards and down the ice as Ull's got to go back for it. Big hit down on the near side once again. Physicality starting to pick up in this one. As we get closer and closer to the end as it's played down the ice. Icing is going to be waved off. Not enough gas on it. Cool. Picks it up off the boards. Trying to center it. Good play defensively by Floyd. Another one toward the net. How about Watson jumping up in front of Tusi, yelling to get in front of it and steer it aside. Now here's Floyd, but Poole will turn it back the other way. Has to be careful here. Ontario, Tamarello now turns back in. He's bumped off the puck. They'll leave it for Martin. Martin across for his brother. In, far circle, fires! And that's a good save for Gravel as he fights it off. It's theoretically their first good chance of the period, also their first shot of the period for Team Ontario. This will be played down below the goal line.
That just goes to show the dominance of Quebec so far in this game, and what was a pretty bad giveaway by Houle created that chance, and now another opportunity late in this period.
Good feed up. Floyd couldn't hang on to it. Clements can't go into the zone either because Floyd's offside. And here's Quebec. Burnett, look at him go, trying to kick it into the next gear. Burnett in. What a play at the buzzer. Wow. Tibian Martin gets back and makes a great defensive play as there we go. Again, Burnett getting into it with Bags. And the linesmen have to separate the two of them. Get another look at that play right at the horn. That is an impressive play. Look at this. Excellent stick by Martin on the back end, and he wipes out a chance at the horn for Burnett, who played 15 of 15 minutes in that second period and still somehow had the gas to blow by the Team Ontario defense. After 2 periods of play, Noah, well, flashbacks once again to that last time these two teams met. We are tied scoreless with 1 more period to play in regulation. This one's really got the makings of an overtime, extra time hockey game, and we thought that coming in.
Well, it's been a defensive and goalie masterclass so far. We talked about how only Ontario having really 1 good opportunity, and it came late in that period where it was a bad giveaway by Houle in the middle of the ice, and Martin had a great chance and a good look, but Gravel was there, hasn't been tested really at all in this game, but able to stay prepared and ready for that shot and making a big stop, but still awaiting the first goal in this game as we sit scoreless through 2.
Absolutely, and again, Corbin Watson with a superb second period for him. He made a couple of more big, massive saves. He's got a highlight reel through 2 periods in this game. And we knew coming in that he would have to be Team Ontario's best player. He's lived up to it. Gravel made 1 big save in that period. It was the only shot he saw, but he was massive. As we will step aside and head to intermission. 2 periods in the books here in the gold medal game of the 2024 National Para Hockey Championships in Port Colborne. We're scoreless. 3rd period coming up. Don't go anywhere. Ontario and Quebec. And welcome back inside the Valley Health and Wellness Center. Maybe the last period of play between these two teams. We don't know. We're scoreless after 2 periods of play here in the gold medal game. I'm Alec Murray alongside my partner, Noah Vogel, up here in the press box. This game has been absolutely what it has lived up to. It's exactly what we thought we were going to get. A low-scoring affair between these two squads with 2 excellent goaltenders. And let's take a look back at that second period recap, and it's going to be a whole lot of this guy, Corbin Watson. We've said his name so much this weekend. We sound like broken records, but we can't stop talking about him because, again, outstanding in that second period.
Yeah, the physicality picked up as well. A couple big hits as you see Tamburello getting his body involved, taking and receiving a hit, but Corbin Watson has been spectacular. And how about this play near the end of the period? It was Tyven Martin coming across to stop Burnett, who had a really good opportunity to break the deadlock in this game, but I'm not sure if we're ever going to see a goal, Alec, because both of these teams have been incredible defensively. Quebec still with the better offensive game so far, but we'll see. There's still another 15 to play. Can someone take the lead in this third period and win the gold medal here in Port Colborne?
Well, somebody has to win the gold medal here in Port Colborne. As we're underway, Tamburello will have it down in the zone. I think it's just going to take a bounce. Who's going to get the first bounce? And we've talked about it a couple of times here already. Probably just one is all one of these teams need. We'll see who breaks the ice first here in PC. 5 periods these two teams have played against each other, 2 combined goals. And we're into the third as that's going to go down for icing on Quebec. And how about, we should mention too, Alexander Gravel still only allowed 1 goal in this tournament. And it was that goal to Aubrey Clements. "14 periods of hockey now for Gravel. 1 goal allowed. Lelivier up at center. Burnett splitting the defense. Here's Burnett. Auclair. That shot gloved aside by Watson. That one looking for that far side post. Could not find it. Watson got the glove down in time.
Another great save by Watson in front. Bags on the back end was able to get just enough body in between Auclair to veer him away from the front of the net. But Quebec again starting where they left off in those first 2 periods.
Big open ice hit there as the captain, Desaulniers, and Floyd meet at the center ice logo. Back, Calvert's got to get on his horse. Burnett, so smooth, down to the end boards, lays a hit on Calvert. Drop pass, there's a shot. Lelivier sent it wide. Played around on the far boards. Tied up on that far dot. It'll be flipped up at center and down the ice it goes. 2 minutes already gone here in this third period. Gold medal game. You're tuned in on Niagara College. This whole weekend brought to you by Niagara College, the VRTF program. Auclair into the zone. He'll throw it rink wide. Nobody there. Bouquet will pick it up. Bouquet up top. Turned aside. Martin a good stick. And Martin will bang it off the boards up at center. That one just out of the reach of Tapping. He will spin off for a change. Hanrahan back for it. Poole into the zone. Dishes off. Here they come. In tight. A shot whistle just wide. And there's a good chance again. Bouquet could not hit the net. Quebec holds it in. Watson wanted to cover that one just out of his reach around to the far side. Tousignan could not get there in time. Burnett takes a 30-second shift change. Could be a breakaway. Here goes the material. Sam Swafford in alone. No, denied by Gravel. Now back the other way. Could be a break. Ooh, one-on-one. And Calvert back for Team Ontario. That pass for Tousignan. She'll take it off the bounce. Swafford knocks it back out at center. What a change of events that would have been. Gravel, that's probably his best of the afternoon. Massaudi up. Tousignan's shot. That one, pad save made by Corbin Watson, who covers. Well, both goaltenders into this third period, and the best chance of the frame coming from Team Ontario, and really no other guy you'd rather have on a breakaway all alone. Sam Swafford could not bury it.
Well, you said it exactly, Alec. It was just going to take a bounce, and Sean Burnett, we haven't seen him make many mistakes in this tournament. Gives that puck up at a bad spot, and Sam Swafford was one-on-one with Gravel, and I think he just took a little bit too long to get his shot off. By the time he got in on Gravel, he was able to.
Wow, massive collision on the near side dot. Sorry to cut you off there, Noah. That was a big collision.
And a big play, too, as well, as Quebec was able to win that puck. But as I was saying, just Gravel had enough time to get in front of that shot and make a big save. And then the other end, Poole had a chance going the other way, but Calvert got back for Team Ontario. Great defensive play by him.
Lelivier, maybe a jump on the near side wall. He'll fire wide of the net around to the far side. Bouquet dumps it back down low below the goal line. Bags got tied up with a loose stick on the ice. Back around to the far side and out at center as Bouquet will go back for Team Quebec. Burnett took like a 30-second break, and he's right back onto the ice. Lelivier for Burnett. Up at center, great stick by Halleck. And Quebec numbers into the zone. Benevieur in, walks around, fires high. I think Watson got a piece of it.
How does he keep getting away with this?
I don't understand. And it's how does Team Ontario keep getting away with this? And it's because of their goaltender. They hold the zone. Hanrahan fires blocked out front. And Team Quebec, they got to be getting frustrated here because they're doing everything right. Team Ontario still trapped down in their zone. Comes up top. The captain in behind the net. Desaulniers up on the near side, back to the point. Bouquet holds the zone. Gonna let one fly from the point. Tipped on goal out front. Loose puck. Lillardale couldn't get there. Martin got back in time as Watson was diving back. We got a penalty coming too. It's going to be on Team Ontario as Bouquet took a stick. And there's Halleck again for a shove for Bouquet as he drove by, and she's not happy on the Team Ontario side of things. And we have seen her. She's feisty, I think would be a good word to describe 15 Haley Halleck. And she'll go off, and Team Quebec to the power play here with 9:18 to go in regulation, and we're still tied scoreless. But again, Halleck on the back end, she's very, very physical, and we've seen it all weekend long, and there it is again.
Well, just catching the back of the sled on Bouquet, and the third power play now for Quebec, 0 for 2 already in this game. Still scoreless. But another opportunity for Quebec trying to hold this momentum that they've had really all game. However, you got to give credit to Team Ontario. Their penalty kill has been excellent so far. They've been able to get a lot of bodies in front of shots and not let that puck get through in on Watson. And when it does, you know he's there and he's making the saves.
He's been there all tournament long. He's been here all afternoon long, and it's cleared right off the dump. All the way down 200 feet by Team Ontario, and you're exactly right. Team O, 2 for 2 on the PK, 0 for 2 on the power play for Team Quebec. Team O hasn't had a power play yet in this game, and that might go down for icing. It absolutely will go down for icing on Quebec, and that's frustrating for Team Quebec as you see Desaulniers shaking his head and already killed 30 seconds off this man advantage, and the face-off now all the way back down to the Quebec zone here in the third period. Back to the point. Calvert shot blocked. Swafford will be back for it at center. Almost turned it over to Gregoire. There's Burnett splitting the defense. Burnett centering pass. That'll be to the side of the goal. And Watson will clear the zone himself as Uhl back at center. Good edge work by Uhl to spin off Tamburello. Uhl in for Desaulniers. Tamburello. The Ontario captain goes in hard by Auclair. After that loose puck on the far side. 8 to go here in this third period, and we're still scoreless. 40 seconds to go on the man advantage for Quebec. Auclair holds the zone in. Uhl, drive, Watson, save, rebound. And that's going to cause a scrum out front of the Team O goal. Here we go. Watson the save, and Team Ontario taking exception to the late jab at the netminder. And well, this is what we've been waiting for. Temperatures starting to boil over for both sides, and for different reasons. Team Ontario because they can't get the puck out of their own zone. Team Quebec because they can't solve Corbin Watson. Probably going to think, what more do they have to do here?
I'm not sure what else they can do. They're getting pucks on net and throwing bodies in on front. That was a very important recovery by Watson on the original save to cover up that rebound, as the captain for Quebec was sitting there on the doorstep, and that's going to send a pair of players to the box. Gavin Bagg's going to go out, as well as Auclair, who came in after that original scrum and threw in some hands.
Well, that's a big loss in the power play here for Team Quebec, and Duclair off to the sin bin along with Bags. And 38 seconds remaining in the Quebec power play. And we'll stay 5-on-4. Lots of Quebec support up in the stands here for this gold medal match. The Saudi. They work it up top. Near side. What a stick by Martin out front. As Dag was there all alone. Watson, the save, dives back across, loose puck. Another big save for Watson. Back up, Lelivier knocked off stride. Impressive stick as Dag would have had an empty net to shoot at by Martin. They keep it in the zone. Sevigny lets one go. Blocked out front again by Team Ontario. They're getting bodies out front. Back to even strength as the penalty is Ona Hollick, and she's back into the play, and it's down the ice for Team O. And that will be icing, as that was after the penalty had expired. So Team Ontario 3 for 3 on the PK, 0 for 3 for Team Quebec on the power play. And wow, Corbin Watson again. Face-off will be one back to the point. Bouquet sends one wide of the goal. Massaudi back on the far side. They'll spin it near wrap-around attempt. They'll bring it up. Near dot. Over. One-timer on the way. Blocked. Never got to the net. Where's the puck? Tied up with Bouquet there on the far dot. Held in the zone by Uhl. Lelivier. Dag lets it fly. Blocker save made by Watson. Puck tracking ability is top tier. Dag. Clements digging for it. Still digging for that puck down low as Martin will fire it around to the far side. Bouquet has it for Quebec. Bouquet down low. Morgan up top of the blue line. Lelivier. Near side circle, passes back out front into the sled of Martin, and he'll sling it to the near side boards.
Very important cutout as Bouquet was wide open in the high slot, trying to get that pass.
Penalty coming to Quebec.
That's going to put Ontario on their first power play, and
oh boy,
Martin took offense to that original hit. Doesn't need to get in there. You don't need to take a penalty now when you're going to go up on the player advantage.
You're exactly right.
Martin's going to now glide away from that situation, and it's just going to be Massaudi who will go off to the box. We take a look at that hit on Clements, who's slow to get up, but she'll retrieve her sticks and head over to the bench as
bang. Oh, that's right to the head of Clements, and it's going to be a 2 and a 10, I would imagine.
I think the original call was interference. I'm not sure if they called it a head contact or not.
Get another look at that. You can watch it back, and that was right to the dome of Clements. As they're going to discuss things over with the Quebec coaching staff. So we'll sort things out here. And Team Ontario is going to go to their first power play with 5:54 to go. Let's take another look at that hit. Watch this. So here's Clements.
Well, there was that too. Bouquet knocking over Halleck, but right after,
the extension of the hands up top, up high, right? And we'll see what they opt to do here. It looks like for now it's just going to be a minor for interference. They have that penalty box door still open.
They have 2 right now on for Quebec.
I think it's going to be a double minor. And they're discussing things over. This could get really interesting here. If Team Ontario can get a 5-on-3 here, late stages of period number 3, like we said, 1 is maybe all it's going to take. here to put a gold medal around your neck. And the coaching staff going over things with the head official. It's Mark Blackmore over there having a discussion. And both explaining their sides. And he'll go over now and have a conversation with the Team Ontario head coach. So Adam Stopa gets his explanation. Quebec still doesn't seem too happy about how this was ruled. This is going to be a massive swing here.
Yeah, the way they're setting up right now, it looks like it's going to be a 5-on-3. You can see the linesman initialing to the head coach of Quebec.
And Maxime Gagnon, the head coach of Quebec, is not happy. And there's the signal there from the linesman to the head. So it is going to be a head contact call. That's going to be a 2 and a 10 then. Messaoudi will also head off to the penalty box. But it looks like from the sign of things here, we'll get clarification momentarily. Yannick Sévigné is going to be down for a 2 and a 10, which could be costly here for Team Quebec. Taking a while to sort this situation out. Ontario, massive opportunity here. Bags a shot deflected in on goal. Gravel had to be sharp. He's got it for a face-off.
Well, you can't get a much better opportunity late in this third period to break the ice with the first goal. Bags with a lot of time near at the point, and that one deflected off the front of the sled of Burnett and almost caught Gravel off guard, but was able to make the stop, and an important one. And still some conversations over at the Quebec bench.
Head coach for Quebec is red hot. Still not happy with the call. Oh, we shall see. This could be a massive turning point. Martin, ice open and right up for him. Martin in, fires Gravel to save. Well, Alexander Gravel, he haven't got in the game yet. He's about to. 1:30, that's a big clear for Quebec. So they got Burnett, Oul out there with Bouquet. So two defensemen and a forward out there to kill for Team Quebec. Clement works it up, turns it over to Oul. Oul gonna work around her. Oul still has the puck at center. Oul all the way down to the Team Ontario zone. Still has that puck on his stick. Digs it down low. Swafford trying to free it up. Team Ontario here. Already a minute down to the 5-on-3 here. Great kill here by Quebec thus far. How about Oul, the job he's done? He's killed a minute off the power play. The Quebec faithful getting excited here, cheering on their squad as that one up at center. Ontario can't even get into the zone. 30 seconds to go on the 5-on-3. It's backhanded center. What a job by Quebec here. Puck laying there. Lelivier will pick it up and flip it over. Seems like a regular 5-on-5 at this point. 15 seconds to go. Tamarello lofts it far side. 8 seconds to go. Into the zone. Calvert with it. They're finally back in as Bouquet lays a big hit. Swafford there to pick it up for Timo. Out of the penalty box. Both skaters. As we're back to 5-on-5, and wow, Ontario really didn't have any opportunity at all except for that one shot right off the faceoff. 3:40 to go. We'll see if that gets some momentum for Quebec. Sevigny around on the, as he's got it below his own goal line. Lead pass up top. Lelivier, what a pass! Lelivier in all alone! Watson the save! Corbin Watson says not yet. How about the pass out of the zone? Lelivier and Corbin Watson just, I don't even know what to, I don't even know what to say. I don't have any more words to describe Corbin Watson in goal for Team Ontario anymore.
Read him like a book all the way. L'Olivier trying to go onto the right side, but not only was the pass incredible, but the catch just in front of the blue line from number 18 for Quebec. And we thought maybe finally this could be the first goal of the game, but Watson not ready to let that happen. A huge save. Momentum in favor of Quebec right now.
Well, that's what a penalty kill like that will do. Approaching three to go. Here in the third, we're scoreless. Martin makes a move into the zone. Martin cuts to the middle, still has it, trying to go off to Tauping, missed him. Floyd's got it down to the corner. It'll be picked up by Burnett. Uzi on the near side, wiped out along the boards by Tauping. Burnett collides as well. And it'll be flipped out at center. No, Wall got in to hold the zone. Martin will feed it up. Floyd into the Quebec zone. 2 minutes to go here in this third period of the gold medal game here at the National Para Hockey Championships in Port Colborne. Tamarello plays it off the boards. Back out at center. Touzillon. His Gregoire. Loft it down in, and Quebec will get changes. That'll give Martin time back in his own zone. Sorry, that's Clements down low. He'll loft it up. Swafford couldn't hang on to it. Desaulniers lost that puck, and it's fired back in deep with 1:30 to go. Going to the far boards. It'll be picked up by Bouquet. Hanrahan, tap pass. Ooh, back for Hanrahan. In, shot, wide. Under a minute now to go in this one. Clements off the boards. Tamarello trying to circle back. Puck thrown to the near side boards. Quickly on it. Swafford hammered into the boards hard. Gets it in deep to the Quebec zone. Here's Lelivier. Burst of speed. Lelivier in. No! Watson the save. Quebec denied again on a break. Corbin Watson. Lelivier back in, 5 seconds. Bouquet could not get to it in the corner. 2 seconds to go in regulation. That is gonna do it. Oh my. What a game for the gold medal we have on our hands, and we are scoreless after full time here in Port Colborne. Yeah, just keep the camera right on that man right there. Corbin Watson, look at this. That would have been the winner. 15 seconds on the clock. And it's Corbin Watson's world. We're just all living in it right now here in Port Colborne as he is on another planet here this weekend. We knew he was good. He's been every bit of what advertised, and he's the reason why we are scoreless here after regulation as we head to overtime. 15 on the clock, 4-on-4, sudden death overtime, and we said it might only take one. Well, it's only gonna take one. Quick tidbit, Noah. Team Ontario in their last 7 periods of hockey have not scored a goal. You go back to that BC game, they scored in a shootout, but that doesn't technically count as a goal being scored. They played 4 full periods against Team BC, did not score. 3 full periods now and did not score. And the fact that they have a chance to win both of those games, I'm not going to say anymore.
Well, I think you've already said enough. It's just really been up to Corbin Watson. And I think heading into this overtime period, as we take a look at some of the highlights from that third period, it was L'Olivier who had the best 2 chances, both breakaways. One time he went far post, the second time near post where Watson was able to get the stick out. But as I was saying, heading into the overtime period, this is really going to benefit Team Quebec because now we're playing 4-on-4 and we know how excellent their puck movement is in open ice. And now with 1 less player on each team, there's going to be way more space for players like Burnett, like L'Olivier, like Auclair. We're going to find those gaps, find those spaces to try and break this deadlock against Corbin Watson, who now has played 6 straight shutout periods,
7,
including the overtime.
Yep.
So 7 straight shutout periods, which is just incredible.
Well, and then you go back to Alexander Gravel again, and he made some good saves in that period as well. Often Gravel getting overshadowed just because of how good the other goaltenders have been. The shots after Noah, full time, 29-6 in favor of Quebec. 29-6. And we're going to overtime. And again, Watson saw a lot of rubber here this whole weekend long. But again, it's just absolutely absurd how good Corbin Watson has been for this Team Ontario squad. And now, sudden death, overtime, lots of ice out there. Quebec, Ontario, who's going to be the hero? We shall find out here pretty soon. Up top, Hanrahan a shot. Didn't really get a lot on it as it'll be picked up by Timo and flipped out at center. That's Burnett rather up on the near side boards. Burnett, Auclair, in, fires, Watson the save. 30 seconds in, Quebec just picking up right where they left off.
Watson just getting a piece of that, able to get the glove down and pinch that elbow near his core area to make that what was an incredible save. Auclair with so much time still cannot beat the Team Ontario netminder.
Loose puck up at center, Auclair. Turns back into the zone for Quebec. Gets hit off, but Houle has it back at the blue line. Houle gonna turn that over. Tamarello couldn't get it, he overskated it. Burnett, big hit on Clements on the far boards, right in front of the Timo bench. Quebec had to be careful there with that change. Almost got caught with too many men. Back into the zone, L'Olivier, here he goes, weaving his way in. Down Tamarello out front. That puck lodged underneath the Ontario captain. Still tied up in the slot. Neither wanting to budge. Houle comes in and slaps it free. Quebec holds it up top. Sevigny. Nice move in tight. Still has it on his stick. Bags knocks it off. Bouquet will turn back on the near side. He'll drop it off down along the boards. Sevigny walks in, fires. Watson has it.
Took a couple whacks at it after the whistle. Denoye was just sitting right outside the crease. As we take a look, so much time to get that shot off, but straight into the chest of Watson. And a great save, not only to make the initial stop, but hold on to that rebound. And Quebec just piling on the shots early in this overtime period. And Team Ontario really hasn't even left their zone.
And couldn't ask for anything better to end this excellent tournament here in Port Colborne. Overtime to decide who will take home the gold medal. I really hope we get an overtime winner here. I want somebody to score in overtime. It just feels like it has to be in overtime. Back to the point. Missed. Who's got more speed? It's a race for it. Swafford has the jump. 2-on-1. Swafford lets it go. Gravel the save. Rebound pass back up top. Oh, just missed high. That one tipped on goal. Alexander Gravel. 3 denials, and we remain tied. And we said he wasn't tested much. Only saw 6 shots the entire game, and he just saw 3 there.
Well, when he's been called upon, he's been nothing but sharp. As this puck from Martin just thrown in on goal, topping in a great position in the slot area, able to tip that one in on goal. As Tamburello was trying to get on the ice, he's not going to make it in time, but that one inches away from just slipping underneath the pad of Gravel. And still nothing to show on the scoreboard.
Wraparound attempt for Team Ontario, going to be wiped out by Burnett. There goes Burnett. Picking up speed through center. Burnett after that puck into the Ontario zone. Here's shot Burnett. Burnett near side. Fires! Fought off by Watson, up and out of play. Coast to coast for Sean Burnett. And once again, Corbin Watson has other ideas.
Just a great burst of speed on this near side, able to blow past Martin.
Right off the dome.
Oh, great save, Watson. Using every part of his body. And we know we talked about in the game before, and all the last games for these teams, there will be, of course, a team MVP, and hands down, he's my team MVP for Ontario. There's no question.
Well, we're 0-4 when guessing team MVPs here.
That's true.
This weekend.
But I'm certain about this one, I swear.
Very, very likely, as here is Hanrahan back. Tamburello almost stripped him of the puck. Burnett coming back to pick it up for Quebec. 11 to go. 4 gone here in overtime. Gregoire plays it down for Burnett below the goal line. Floyd on him as he'll play it up. Gregoire. Stretch pass for Houle. Now race for it. Baggs and Houle. And Baggs is going to win that as he spins Houle out. Cutting out front of his own goal. Look out. Turns it over. Auclair in. Trying to send it back across. Baggs made up for it as he blocked that pass. And Timo back up at center. Tamburello. Nice catch at center. In with speed. Bouquet all over Tamburello. There's Houle as well. Sends him in hard to the boards. Another hit by Burnett. Martin holds the zone. Martin has to be careful. And it'll come out at center. Here's Houle. 2-on-1 for Quebec. Martin, the lone man back. Bouquet into the zone. Bouquet holds, fires. Watson the save. Rebound. He covers.
I'm shaking my head, Alec, because he's done it once again. 2-on-1, great job by Martin to cut off that pass and just leave the one-on-one opportunity with Bouquet, and stoned once more by Corbin Watson. Spectacular performance.
Face out will be put down at center. Race for it again, Swafford. Gravel going to play that puck away from Swafford around on the near side, thrown toward the net, and Gravel. Oh, that's a quick whistle. Gravel's not happy with it. Very quick whistle, and that's going to bring a face-off down inside the Quebec zone. And Gravel and the official are going to have a conversation. That's exactly what he needed to say there. Mark Blackmore, you saw him go over and you could see the lip read. My bad is what he said. And we talked about the officiating, and all weekend long it's been top tier, excellent. And again, that's just an excellent shot from our crew. Back in the back here, and we'll continue to play, and it works out fine as Quebec's able to get it out of the zone. Olivier picks it off, back in onside. Olivier, Sevigny, down low, back up for Olivier. Far dot, Olivier trying to get in, spins around, fires on target. Watson has it, a little spinorama out front. No fooling Corbin Watson as he's got another one. Like, if you're Quebec right now at this point, you got to be thinking, what else can we do? And the answer is nothing. There's nothing else that Quebec can do at this stage because Corbin Watson has just been a brick wall.
Well, you're really not going to beat him one-on-one, and down low, he's excellent. Up high, he's even better. So really, you got to get him moving either side to side or just somehow try and find a rebound close in on goal.
So good at controlling those rebounds out front, though, as here's Burnett into the slot. And it's dished back up to the point. Burnett, line back for it. Almost collided with Duclair. Desonier. As Quebec's getting a change, trying to hold it in. Nice job by Desonier to keep away from Calvert. Hanrahan down below the goal line. Tamarillo takes him in. Far side. Dag back up top. Desonier lets it fly, blocked. And do we have the speed here for Team O? Clement, no. As Dag gets back, takes a weird hop. He must have hit a divot in the ice as he went for a little bit of a ride. And Desonier will play it up on the near side. That will go down the ice, and that will be icing on Team Quebec with 8:11 to go here in overtime. If we can't find a winner here in overtime, we're going to have to go to a shootout. I know everybody has different thoughts on it, but I said it off the top, and I think you would agree. Let's have a winner here in overtime, as that one is pinned along the far side. It would just suck to have a game of this magnitude decided by shooters.
Yeah, it's really easily the hardest way to lose in a game, but a chance here, Ontario might be able to break it.
Here's maybe a break. In they come. That pass across Swafford just out of his reach. And we saw it decided in the BC-Ontario game, and Ontario was able to come out on top of that one. 7:30 to go. Topping has it down low. Martin picks it up in the corner. Flipped up for Swafford at center. Burnett going for a change. Swafford had a jump, but able to get back on. Swafford's been all over the place here in overtime for Team Ontario. He's had a couple of good chances, and as we approach 7 to go here in overtime of the gold medal game. Up at center, Lelivier could not get by Martin, who sends it into the zone. They're going to get back on side as Houle missed it. Swafford's going to get out of that loose puck. He'll play it off the boards, back to the net, and it will be covered this time by Gravel. And another face-off coming inside the Quebec zone.
Swafford and Bouquet getting in after it after the whistle, but you're exactly right. Sam Swafford has been Ontario's most dangerous player using his speed, but that one chance he had where he was through in on goal against Gravel was stoned by the Team Quebec netminder. in what was the best chance for Ontario.
There's a shot on goal. Gravel right there. And once again, he will cover. This game 2 hours old now here in Port Colborne. Uhl off the far boards, held in by Calvert. He'll send it back down low for Uhl. In after that puck down below the goal line. Tamarello trying to work it free. Picked up along the far boards. They'll swing it near side and out. Burnett missed it. That puck rang there. Burnett's got to turn back for it, but he's able to get back in time. Lost an edge again, did Burnett. As he'll play that puck up on the near side. Auclair just avoiding a big hit. Lelivier into the zone, trying to get the angle on Floyd, but Banks coming in to help out as well. Lelivier drops off. Burnett in, centering pass. Open! And Hull fan of the shot. Big hit down low by Lelivier. As Quebec will come out with the puck. Uhl. And Team Ontario will just fire that down the ice. That will roll. Lots of steam on it. And no, they must have said that puck was tipped out of the zone. No, it is going to be icing on Team Ontario with 5:30 to go here in overtime. I'm Alec Murray alongside my partner Noah Vogel. Last game of this tournament, and it's coming right down to the wire, to be cliche about it. It's only going to take one. Who will it be? Uhl has it back at the line. Near side boards. Bouquet. He'll spin back with it up top of the blue line. Try to feed Uhl, but just out of his reach. Tamarello in after him. Tamarello able to get it out of the zone. Now here they go at center. Tamarello trying to fend off Uhl. Tamarello drops it back. Here's Baggs. Baggs now tied up. Baggs comes free with it. Uhl able to get back. Tamarello now can't get a shot off, and Quebec will head back ice. They got to hurry and get back. Desaulniers for Quebec. Gregoire along the near side wing drops it off. It's going to be picked off though by Martin. Lloyd rather for Team Ontario. They hold it in the zone. Bouquet will play it off the boards. Big hit there. Calvert got him clean. Gregoire though a shot out front. Desaulniers tipped it just wide. The action in overtime for Quebec, and they can't buy one.
Well, Team Ontario caught a huge break there because that pass across from Gregoire was right on the tape of Desaulniers. And just not enough of the shot to get it in on goal. But again, Quebec peppering in this first overtime period.
To the near side it comes. It'll be play out, went down. Swafford in after it. Icing's waved off. He's got topping into the zone with him along with Martin. Swafford left the puck behind. He's hammered in behind the end boards. 3:40 to go. Auclair. And that will go down the ice, and that will be icing on Team Quebec. 3:30 to go here in OT. We still are looking for our overtime hero. Who's going to put a gold medal around their province? You know Ontario would love to do it on home soil. To the point. Martin plays it off the far boards for Topping. Topping back for Martin at the point. Martin sends one toward the goal. It'll be shut down though by Team Quebec, and they'll start out with Dagg. Jonathan Dagg trying to cut the edge on Baggs. Dagg centering pass across, just missed. as that was Lelivier coming back in. Again, that cross pass misses. Topping now onto his stick into the zone. Topping, works around, fires, shot, and Gravel fights it off. Chances on both ends, and here goes Lelivier again. Lelivier trying to get around Calvert. Lelivier, haul down, penalty coming, shot, turned aside by Watson. Oh boy, here we go. We got a penalty being called.
Penalty shot?
No, it's not. It's going to be a holding call.
Holding call.
It did look like it almost, but he's just pointing at the player. That would have been wild. Yeah, that would have been wild. But no, we're going to get Team Ontario to the penalty kill, and Quebec is 3 for 3. Let's take a look. Lelivier again, just the extra stride, and yep, Calvert right there. Wasn't a clean-cut break, so.
Still a good chance. Dag able to pick up that loose puck, but Watson again. So now it'll be 4 on 3.
See Quebec probably call a timeout here, I would assume.
Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. They're calling Mark Blackmore over to the bench to call this timeout. So 30 seconds for Quebec to talk over what they're going to do on this player advantage. And we'll pretty much run out the rest of this clock. Only 37 seconds between the game clock and the penalty from Calvert in this overtime period. And it's going to be the Martins and Tamburello who will try and kill this off.
Well, and you look too, and pardon me, we mentioned it. Team Ontario 3 for 3 on the PK, but again, this is a little bit of a different look. Lots of ice out there now. 4 on 3 it'll be. And we'll see the top dogs out for Team Quebec, as there's Sean Burnett, who's played, you know, a lot of hockey, to say the least. I wouldn't put it by. I would bet he's played probably about 25 to 30 minutes in this hockey game. Probably more.
I think a lot more. I was thinking maybe 30 to 35 minutes. I haven't seen him come off the ice many times at all. And if he does, it's like quick water break and you're back on.
Well, Quebec wins the draw. Burnett, high slot. Burnett in and left the puck behind, as Quebec will play it for Houle on the near side. Houle out there with Burnett. Lelivier as well as Bouquet. That's the 4 they go with. The 2 Martin brothers out there with Tamburello for Team Ontario. Down into that quarter, Tamburello. Whistled off the glass and down the ice by Martin. Way out of his goal to play it is Gravel, as Bouquet back for it. Cool. Lelivier in, fires, save is made. Loose puck, Burnett. Had it on his stick. That one blocked to the far boards. Tamburello on his horse for it. Can't clear the zone. Lelivier, a minute to go on the power play. Lelivier near side, just miss Houle. Here they come, cross seam, and that one bounces wide to the far boards. Houle, nice move on the far circle. Houle, and gets a shot off. Martin blocks it. Tamburello on it on the far boards. And Tamburello will send it 200 feet down the ice.
Some good looks on this power play for Quebec. A couple of good opportunities. Houle had that chance just before the clearance in front, but Martin able to get across and get the block. Still 30 seconds left on the advantage for Quebec here.
Down into the zone, Lelivier after it. 1 to go in overtime. Martin's got it down low. Auclair takes him into the boards hard. And we get a whistle as Martin was hammered into the end boards, and he is down. That was a massive hit down along the boards. Martin didn't even move. And you saw his head go right into the end boards, and this is a scary scene here for Team Ontario. He went limp as soon as that hit was delivered. I thought it was maybe he was just tied up and they had that puck down dead, but let's take a look at it. Watch this. There's Martin digging for it, and the hit comes in. He sees it coming, but it's that awkward.
Just the distance between the boards, and
then he just goes limp. That is a scary, scary scene here in Port Colborne. And Martin has not moved yet, down on the ice. Man, what a big piece for this team. And Colton Martin. And the trainer down, taking a peek at him. And there's a round of applause as Martin back to his sled. Oh boy. Martin, good to see him off on somewhat of his own power. And again, it's like any level, any type of hockey, you get that awkward gap in between the boards, and that was a heavy hit coming in. A clean hit it was, but again, that space just sends the dome right into the boards. And we'll take a look at Martin, and hopefully he's all right. But back to this game, 13 seconds to go in the power play for Quebec and 50 seconds to go in the game in overtime before we see a shootout. Faceoff will come down inside the Ontario zone. Big win for Tamarello. Baggs now out there with Martin and Tamarello to take Martin's spot. Back in behind the goal, centering pass up top for net. After it, chops at it, down and got it. Corbin Watson has another one with 34.1, and we're back to 4-on-4 even strength. And even the Quebec fans got to respect Corbin Watson now. Shots are 37-10 in this hockey game in favor of Team Quebec. Just think about that for a moment. Bouquet. Ice open it up for him. Bouquet slides it in. Score! Overtime winner! Quebec has won the gold here in Port Colborne with 25 seconds left on the clock. And that's the goal that slides in. Relentless. And Quebec finally able to find one past the goaltender in Corbin Watson. And they will bring home the gold here in Ontario. Wow. Let's take a look at the replay. Bouquet in, and it looks like Bouquet will get the goal. Emotion, pure, raw emotion for by hands down the best team in the tournament. And you look at the other one, that's a great shot right there. Quebec faithful on their feet. And look at the sportsmanship over here as a couple of Quebec players over to Corbin Watson. But again, Corbin Watson, that says it all right there. Corbin Watson did what he could in this tournament. We talk about Corbin Watson and how good he was. It's really unfortunate that that's the shot that beats him. That's a great look down at ice level. And look at these fans here from Quebec as Ariel Bouquet plays hero for Team Quebec. And they will put a gold medal around their necks here in Port Colborne. And consoling down in the Team Ontario zone. And look at this scene up here. What an ending to this tournament. And not much words to describe it. Team Quebec outshooting Team Ontario 39-10. And it took until the very tail end of overtime for them to find one past Corbin Watson.
Well, just looking at the score sheet and the shot totals, it just goes to show the dominance of Quebec in this tournament. 15 shutout periods for Team Quebec. Only conceding 1 goal was to Team Ontario in the preliminary round, but just an incredible weekend for them, and they cap it off with the #1 spot in the gold medal here in Port Colborne. But Corbin Watson, there's no more words to describe his weekend and specifically this game. He made 38 saves in this contest and was really keeping Team Ontario in this game. And they had chances to score. They just were unable to beat Gravel, who was just as excellent in goal for Quebec. But really, you couldn't ask for anything better. A late overtime winner, 2 highly contested teams, and it went right down to the wire.
Well, and you and I both said off the top of overtime, please let this game end in overtime. It's too good of a game to have to go to a shootout, and to have a gold medal game decided by a shootout just wouldn't have seemed to fit right. As we get a look down at ice level, just excellent. Look at the emotion on the faces of the Quebec players. They're ecstatic. There it is. 3 times the three-peat for Team Quebec. And at the other end, of course, Team Ontario they battled. Just ended up short. And Quebec will win it in overtime. And I know we're both thankful this game did not go to a shootout. I'm a big fan of overtime until somebody wins for games like this. So I'm thankful that we got an overtime winner at the tail end.
Yeah, the thing about a shootout is it's too easy to point blame at, who lost it, because someone has to miss, right? And we saw that in the Team Ontario game where they beat BC in the shootout. It was Gavin Baggs who was the hero in that one, but not only to get an overtime goal, but to get it so late in that period with only 25 ticks left on the clock. And we never thought Corbin Watson was going to concede another goal in this tournament, and that one with traffic in front just slipping through, and ends up being the golden goal for Team Quebec.
So as the teams line up here on the blue lines, we will stay with you here up top the broadcast booth. But right now at this moment in time, we are going to send it down to ice level for the presentation of the medals.
Fans, before we award the medals, we'd like to acknowledge the hard work of those who staged this incredible tournament. We'd like to thank all the volunteers, officials, and of course, you, the spectators, for supporting the 2024 National Para Hockey Championships. We'd also like to take this time to thank the host organizing committee for their contributions to this championship event. Please join us in providing a big round of applause for the host organizing committee, which included the following individuals: Mr. Tim Dool, Mr. Greg White, Ms. Sandra Sabo, Ms. Karen McAllister Kenny, Mr. James Titmarsh, and Bob Kennedy. Thank you, each and every one of them, in their efforts for ensuring the success of this tournament. All right, fans, now it's time to give out some hardware. Returning to the ice to present the silver and gold medals is former Niagara Thunderblades player, Paralympian, world champion, and Olympic bronze medalist. Please welcome back Mr. Kevin Rempel. And joining Kevin is 5-time Paralympian and gold medalist. Please give a warm welcome to Todd Nicholson. First up, we award the silver medal to Team Ontario. First up, it looks like number 17, Colton Martin. Number 30, Maddox Miles. Number 15, Haley Halleck. Number 34, Gavin Baggs. Number 16, Anthony Coumont. Number 29, Ryan Floyd. Number 11, Sam Swafford. Number 18, Aubrey Clements. Number 33, Chad Stopa. Number 2, Dylan Verburn. Number 10, Travis Topping. Number 7, Jacob Calvert. The captain, number 19, Stefano Temborello. Number 27, Spencer Harrington. Number 21, Tavon Martin. And the goalie, number 39, Corbin Watson. Team Ontario's head coach, Adam Stopa. Assistant coach, Greg Westlake. Adam Dixon. Team manager, Miracle Moray. Assistant manager, Darren Cunliffe. And athletic therapist, Catherine Wilco. Give it up for Team Ontario, your 2024 silver medalist. All right, now we ask Team Quebec to come forward to accept their gold medals. First up, goaltender number 31, Alexandra Gravel. Number 22, Benoit Saint-Amand. Number 15, Aurélien Bouquet. Mathieu Lelive. Number 9, Sean Burnett. Number 28, Yannick Semené. Number 3, Saad Moussaoui. Number 17, Patrick Denis. Number 25, Kevin Hanrahan. Number 16, Terry Gregoire. Number 9, Sean Burnett. Number 5, Jonathan Daig. Number 18, Mathieu Leleve. And number 23, Alexis Auclair. Give it up for your gold medal winners, Team Quebec. Their coaches, Maxime Gagnon, Jocelyn Binet, Serge Racine, Louis Uru, Sylvain Ding, Valerie Janelle, Talia Crow-Ibarz, Chris Rappel, and Ian Desjardins. We now ask that the team captain of Team Quebec, Patrick Denoyer, to meet us again for the presentation of the Todd Nicholson Trophy, presented by the man himself, Mr. Todd Nicholson. May we please have Patrick Denwyer to the center ice, please. We now invite all team members to come on over for a team photo, please. Fans, let's hear it one more time for these two teams. And once again, thanks to all the organizers of the 2024 National Para Hockey Championships. Safe travels back home, everybody. We'll see you in 2025 in New Brunswick.
Welcome down to ice level here. Team Quebec comes out. Sean Burnett with me. Sean, I don't think you had a break that entire game. Just take me through your guys' game plan here today.
Yeah, so we've played Ontario many times, and we knew they had a great goaler in nets, and Watson played an excellent game, but we just wanted to shoot on net, put pressure, and it paid off, and third national championship in a row, so it's awesome.
I was just going to ask, how does it feel to three-peat here in Ontario?
It feels great. Ontario played a great game. We never thought it would be going to overtime. And no, great game. They played super well. And we're super stoked to get the third championship this year.
What is it about the resilience in this team, Sean? Again, you guys battled. You couldn't find one a lot of this game. Just take me through the resiliency of this group here to come out here on top in overtime.
Yeah, so we have a great leadership group. This team is a family for all of us, so we support each other, and we just keep battling up until the end of the game.
Sean Burnett, go enjoy this with your group.
Thank you so much.
Congrats, man. Sean Burnett, guys, we're going to try and get a couple more down here at ice level. I'll send it back up to Noah for the time being.
So great to hear from the assistant captain of Team Quebec and Sean Burnett, and what a game he had, and an incredible weekend to cap it all off for Team Quebec as they take away gold. As we'll shortly send it back down to Alec Murray, who's near center ice with the Team Quebec captain.
Back down here at ice level, Patrick Desnoyers, team captain. You guys were definitely the best team all tournament long. Resilience is something I think of when I think of your group. Just kind of take me through this effort here tonight.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, what happened this week at this tournament is pretty much the story of this team. I mean, this is a family. I mean, we're together all year. We try to work together. Some guys drive 2.5 hours on a Wednesday afternoon to come practice on a Wednesday night. I mean, this is just the paycheck for everything we're doing during the year. And I guess this tournament's been kind of different because last year we kind of had a lot of goals, a lot of offense. We lost a couple guys, one guy to Team Canada, Vincent Boilly, who scored a lot of goals for us last year. So we had to get together and sort of change the mentality and try to dig the goals one by one. So I guess we did that. And Corbin, I mean, Corbin's been awesome. The 2 games we played against him, I mean, he carried this team, and credits to them. I mean, they stepped up. They went all the way to the final this year, and heads up to Corbin. I mean, he's been amazing.
A three-peat for you. What does it mean to you?
Well, to me personally, I'm always wondering if it's the last one. Every time I go through this with these guys, I'm always, you know, in between keep going or stop, or I'm not too sure. So for me personally, I'll see how summer goes and if I'm going for another one. But these guys are so amazing. It's hard to think that I might stop.
Well,
emotional here.
Absolutely. Well, sir, if it is your last one, you're done a champion. Congratulations, and go enjoy this moment with your group.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Congratulations. We'll send it back up. We're going to try and grab head coach down here at ice level as we go back up top to Noah.
So the captain, emotional after the three-peat. And you see there on your screen, Alexandre Gavel with Sean Burnett celebrating the trophy win this weekend. And like they said down low, just an incredible weekend. You know, defensively, they were amazing. Offensively, like, you know, the team captain said, just wasn't on par with past tournaments, but they were able to do it once again, and they come on top. The golden goal late in overtime. For now, I'm going to send it back down to Alec. For me, I'm going to say goodbye in what was an incredible tournament here in Port Colborne. For now, let's go down to ice level.
Thanks, guys. Back here at ice level, Raphael Touzion, 3 times in a row for this group. Take me through this.
Well, we're a family. I think that's the key of our success. We're a family. We're so close to each other, and I think we can see it on the ice. We have a lot of chemistry. We've been working hard for years before being able to win gold for 3 years in a row. So it's just an amazing feeling.
A battle all tournament long for you guys. We spoke to your captain. He said a team that's used to scoring a lot of goals had to find different ways to win. How did you guys come through in overtime?
I think that we just focus. They have a great goalie, one of the best goalies in the world. So He didn't let us. It was not easy for us, but I think we just never give up and we hold each other. And I think that was the key to success. We never gave up. The goal was, there was only a couple seconds left, so we did everything in our power to win that, and it happened.
You're going home with a gold medal around your neck. Just quick, what's the feeling like?
Amazing. Always a good feeling. So happy, so proud to get to represent my province and win gold medal, and also develop that people see that in Quebec we're developing our sport and we're stronger than ever, and it's just so good for our sport, and it's an amazing feeling, and we're gonna keep working hard for next year, and yeah, amazing.
Absolutely, congratulations, Raphael. Go celebrate.
Thank you.
And we will go once again right back up top to Noah in the broadcast booth. And I think the coach wants to say a few words. So if we want, we'll grab the coach down here, and then we will sign off here from Port Colborne.
So Toussignon down at center ice, great words from her, but there's so much that goes in behind who we see on the ice, and one of those people we've been in close contact with all weekend is the coach of Team Quebec. We'll get some words with him, with Alec, down at the center ice circle.
Yep. Thanks, guys. One more time back here at ice level, head coach Maxime Gagnon. The first thing you did when you saw me, you came over and you said, oh my goodness, take me through the emotions of this game.
Unbelievable. We are ready for a shootout, and I said, okay, that's the last face-off, put my best guy on, and we win at, 42 seconds, stuff like that, but a great moment. 3 in a row for Quebec. We're working hard all year long, so that's the result for my players and my staff.
How does it feel to go home with a gold medal around your neck?
Travel is going to be short, more than longer if we lose, so unbelievable.
A lot of support you guys had here in the seats tonight. Just kind of take me through what they mean to you guys on this run.
We are family. We build to the junior, to the high level. We put players on the national teams, but always a family. So we're working hard all year long, and that's awesome today.
Coach, one last thing before I let you go celebrate this. Anything you want to say to those players who battled out there on the ice for you all weekend long? The mic's yours.
They're going to stay on my heart all time long, and congratulations to all the organization. Awesome job. Webstream, good job too. But Niagara, you're the best.
Coach, congratulations, and don't enjoy this one too much.
Thanks, thank you.
No problem. And down here at ice level, we would like to say thank you to everybody here who was involved this weekend with this excellent tournament. What a tournament we had. Quebec able to squeak one out in overtime. 3-time champions, 3 in a row for Team Quebec as they go home with a gold medal around their neck. For all of us here in Port Colborne, everybody behind the scenes, everybody in front of the scenes, we say thank you. Everybody who sponsored this event. This event was absolutely amazing, and thank you to the town of Port Colborne who really put everybody on their back. So from the 2024 National Para-Hockey Championships one last time, I'm Alec Murray, and we say enjoy the rest of your long weekend, and cheers from Port Colborne.